Okay, here we are, another edition of Matt Levitt Online, and today I want to share some ideas with you about moving from employee to entrepreneurship. As we look at the marketplace today and the amount of people that are without jobs and the amount of people that are looking to supplement their income, it does provide an opportunity that's greater than normal to build entrepreneurs and to find people and to take people and put them under your wing and guide them, coach them, and teach them how to do something of this nature, building a business. One of the challenges I think people have is getting out of the mindset of going from an employee base or an employee type person to an entrepreneur type person. And there really aren't any manuals that have been written about how to do that. It's resources like this, resources like a great book that I read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then a follow-up book that was written by Robert Kiyosaki, and I'm looking at it, The Business of the 21st Century. And these books really give you an opportunity to understand the difference, to have somewhat of a paradigm shift about being an employee. Kiyosaki does a great job of explaining, there's 4 quadrants that most people fall into. They're either employees, they're specialists, they're business builders, or they're investors. And the left side, specialists and employees, are people who always are trading time for money, always working, trading time for money. And it could even be somebody who owns their own business, but they're called solopreneurs. They're a single type person, entrepreneur. Real estate agents, salespeople, etc., insurance agents, and so forth. But they're trading time for money because they're selling a goods and service and have to continue to do that month after month. It's when you build a team and you leverage off the efforts of other people that you fall in more of a category of a business builder. And obviously, as an investor, you know what that is. You're investing in assets that have the possibility of growing. And so on the right side of that, you have what's called the right place to be if you're going to build a business and long-term create wealth. And really that's the essence of what this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, was about. And as we move to how do we transition from employee to entrepreneur, and I got to tell you, it's not going to be an overnight thing for most people. For some people, they'll grasp it and they'll just go. They'll have the contact base, they'll have the excitement, the enthusiasm, they'll get the story going, they'll get to the right trainings, they'll understand, they'll move, and they'll be focused. They'll work their 8 or 10 hours a day in their job, they'll be so frustrated, they'll come home, they'll work another 4 or 5 hours a day towards building their business to get out of that job and move into being free and creating that lifestyle and creating that business so that they can build a business and invest in other businesses long term. So how does that happen? How can you do that? Well, I know because I've done it. I've done it a couple of times where I've had to work a job or an income based or on the left side of the quadrant while I built a business, okay? And by doing that, it's hard because it's hard to stay focused, focusing on an area that's going to create a lot of activity. But if you do it in segments, if you compartmentalize your life, if you compartmentalize your business to the amount of time, if you've got 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a business person with another business, or whether you're an employee with a company, you've got to focus on that time, that 1 hour, that 2 hours a day, and it's got to be allotted, physically set aside time that you're focusing on it, in addition to while you're doing your other activity, that you're creating business through that other activity during your daily method of operation of whatever that is that you're doing. But there's got to be some focus on it during the time that you're doing your business to grow your business, whether it's doing training calls, whether it's talking to people, whether it's doing setup calls, whether it's prospecting, whether it's going on social media and spending some time and getting to know and building your network of people, whatever it is, there's got to be that focus of time. And I feel like it should be a structure. 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week, 5 hours at a time, whatever that is, and you've got that structure going on. That's how you're going to be able to move out of being the employee and into being an entrepreneur full time. So I hope that helps you today. Congratulations on joining. Welcome to our business, and let's make this thing rock.